Thanks, Chris. Well, hail, rain, and wind. New Mexico's wild weather rattled much of the state, with plenty of people ducking for cover. However, some of you braved the storm and showed us what was going on in your part of the state. On Saturday, a storm that hovered over the metro for 2 days brought hail that was enough to clear the mini golf course at Hinkle Family Fun Center. This is video sent in by our own Chris McKee. Came down fast and furious near San Mateo and Montgomery, and more of that pea-sized hail dumped near Candelaria and Wantabo. People outside in the storm say it caught them off guard.
I was here earlier when those nasty winds came in, and I decided to go right back to the RV. I just hauled it.
Raining and thundering and lightning. Oh my God!
It was
absolutely
fun.
Horrible.
Well, she was not too happy about that. It was a bad day for plants, too. Felicia shows us what all that wild weather did to her newly potted plants. Edgewood, it was cold enough for snow to stick, thanks to Ingrid Austin for this video. Well, a week after she went missing, the body of Brittney Johnson has been recovered from a treacherous part of the Sandias. BCSO played a major role in the search, working with teams from around New Mexico to find Johnson. Unfortunately, this story did not have a happy ending.
We all love Brittney. She was a sweetheart.
The 24-year-old was found just before 5 Friday night at the bottom of a cliff just south of the Sandia Crest parking lot. Because of where she was found and weather conditions, it took crews more than 6 hours to recover her body. The sheriff's department says her death appears accidental and that she likely fell. The Office of the Medical Investigator has performed an autopsy on Johnson. A final report and findings could take some time. State police say an Austin police officer is dead after a paragliding accident near the Angel Fire Airport. Investigators say 46-year-old Paul Johnson was paragliding Saturday morning. Johnson's friends began looking for him after he didn't call. They found his body and his paraglider in a field north of the airport. No word on what caused the crash. An Albuquerque man was seriously injured during a mud race. It happened yesterday in Clayton, New Mexico during a mud bogging competition. Officials say a mechanical error caused a truck to crash through a fence and hit a car. Responders airlifted the victim to a hospital for treatment. No word on the extent of his injuries. A sheriff's deputy is now in trouble for his role in a CYFD worker's high-speed driving.
This lady has kids in the car, in the back seat, going this fast.
Last month, we showed you this cell phone video of a CYFD employee going almost 100 miles an hour in a state car with 2 young kids in the back seat. She was being escorted by an unmarked Eddy County Sheriff's truck. A sheriff's spokesperson says the employee driving that truck has been disciplined, although he wouldn't say how. At last checked, CYFD is still investigating its worker. A New Mexico police chief is on paid leave and the focus of a state police investigation. Several residents tell News 13 that Dexter Police Chief Mario Contreras is accused of sexually harassing women throughout town, including at local businesses like the Family Dollar and Allsups. The district manager of the Family Dollar tells News 13 they're not yet ready to comment on the matter. And we got the same answer from employees of the Allsups. State police do confirm numerous women have made allegations against the chief and all are being investigated, but they can't release any more specifics. The mayor says Contreras was put on leave as soon as he learned of the investigation on Thursday. The mayor tells us Contreras has been chief for less than a year. Well, good news this morning. New Mexico is one of 5 states set to receive funding for water conservation efforts. The $6.5 million plan will benefit communities which get their water from the Ogallala Aquifer. Drought and overuse has depleted that aquifer in recent years. The feds say the money will be used to work with farmers on converting irrigated cropland to dryland systems and restoring grasslands. A southeastern New Mexico city wants to replace its entire water system, but wants to raise water rates to do it. The Hobbs News Sun reports that JOW could soon get an $11 million plus grant and loan from the feds to fix its leaky water lines. To repay back that loan, the city council is looking to raise the average customer's bill by $8 a month. A police officer from Texas who was dragged by a suspect's vehicle during a traffic stop is now speaking out about the terrifying ordeal. Officer Carlos Henderson, a 2-year veteran of Colony Police, got a call Tuesday night about a driver passed out on the road. Dash camera video from his patrol car shows Officer Henderson approach the car. He opens the door and realizes the suspect is out cold. Just as the officer is about to put the vehicle in park, the driver took off, dragging the officer down the road.
I think my main question is, why did he feel like he had to do this? You know, I think that's the part that's the most confusing.
Henderson suffered a broken shoulder. He's now recovering at home. And we're learning new details about the deadly train derailment in Philadelphia. The area has been closed since the train went off the tracks Tuesday, killing 8 people and injuring more than 200. NTSB investigators now say an assistant conductor on the train recalls a radio conversation moments before the crash between the engineer and a nearby engineer of another train.
She recalled that the SEPTA engineer had reported to the train dispatcher that he had either been hit by a rock or shot at. Investigators say they're not calling this a criminal investigation just yet. Well, bringing the